Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. Last time we left off with US flyers pound northern Italy, talking about them hitting the supply lines that the Germans are using to keep the defense of Italy. We're now on to carriers got Jap shipping in Manila Harbor. November 19th, 1944. No place to hide. American carrier planes left this scene of destruction at Manila Harbor on November 19th. The vessel in the foreground is scuttled. Another is blazing furiously, while one in the center background is floundering from a near hit. Smoke pours from blazing shore installations. During the raid, 118 Japanese planes were also destroyed. So you can see, like they said, they've got that ship there sinking. This ship is sunk. A few of these are floundering. And look at all the smoke billowing from this ship specifically. Yeah, this is a big deal. Once again, just showing that the Japanese don't really have a navy. And even if they do, it's not really that big of a threat anymore. And getting rid of as many planes as possible is also good. The Japanese Air Force, while it's not the most dangerous, it is a big threat. And so taking out as much as you can is a big thing for the Americans. If they can get rid of a lot of it, then they don't have to worry about these planes later on. You're taking out skilled pilots, and so the pilots are just getting progressively worse and worse. So it's a big deal to make sure you get on this. Patton's men fight their way into Metz. November 20th, 1944. Clear streets of Germans. As the Allied November offensive on the Western Front reached its crescendo, the American Third Army crashed into the streets of Metz. A tank destroyer with a 90mm gun takes up a position overlooking Hermann Goering's street, and below, a patrol of infantrymen pick their way gingerly through Metz, in search of remaining German snipers. So, yeah, you can see up here, as I said, the American tank. That's the tank destroyer? Yeah. It's taking position on Hermann Goering Street, making sure any tanks that are coming down, any big enemy infantry pushes are getting taken care of. It's a powerful gun. It's going to stop quite a bit. And yeah, you have to have these men kind of street by street, corner by corner, taking out, because these snipers, they're a big threat. You can't just march a whole army through. They're going to take out many guys. So you have to have these small groups. As you can see here, there's only 5 guys here. You got to go corner to corner, wall to wall, whatever you can do to get cover, and as you move up to the snipers. Hopefully they don't spot you. That's what you don't want. Yank artillery on wheels. November 1944. Plenty of firepower here. A convoy of artillery above, manned by African-American units, pauses while the outfit takes a break. The multiple rocket launcher, this right here, is mounted on a tank and fires 4.5-inch rockets. The rockets are fired singingly. The multiple effects here being a result of a time exposure photograph. The gun is pictured in action on the 7th Army front in France. So first off, yeah, they've been showing a lot of the African-American troops. It's really kind of cool. You wouldn't expect it, honestly. Like I said, this is still big time of segregation, things like that, when this book was written. So it's cool that they're making sure to show this. And yeah, you got to have a little bit of rest once in a while. But yeah, look at this gun. This thing would be a devastating use on either armor, vehicle, or infantry, even. And yeah, we always see pictures of these things, and I still think they're just one of the goofiest little things, because it's just got all these little tubes of rockets on top, and they just fire them. I mean, rockets are devastating. They do a lot of damage, but it's just funny to think that, okay, how are we going to up the firepower of the Sherman? Yeah, slap some rockets on the top of it. That'll do it. It works, but it's just a funny little idea. Very American, I would say. Bridging the Belfort Gap. November 20th, 1944. The French enter Belfort. Soldiers of the French First Army, commanded by General de Tassigny, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, moved through the vital Belfort Gap on November 20th. And the American 7th Army struck into the Vosges Pass. The French made a sensational 30-mile advance in 2 days, reaching the Rhine near Switzerland. French patrols entered Mulhouse, and American 7th Army took Cherbourg in the rapid general advance at the southern end of the Western Front. But to the north, Americans and British forces were meeting stiff resistance in the picture of a minefield. In this picture, of a mine-blasted overpass in Belfort, French soldiers are shown as they escorted an old woman through the debris. Yeah, so you can see here, like they said, mines blew this overpass pretty well up. These men are making sure this old lady can get across, helping her out, which is good. Good on them. And yeah, like they said, the southern part of the Western Front is moving a lot quicker. There's a lot more movement there. They were able to break through a little bit easier in the Siegfried Line and places like that. They have to be careful going into Switzerland, obviously, because Switzerland will attack back. But yeah, the southern advance is a little bit more advantageous. The northern advance, though, it's very grueling. Not as much movement. But once the breakthrough comes, it comes hard and fast. Citizens of Metz sing the Marseillaise. November 21st, 1944. Celebrate liberation. Even before the Nazis were completely driven from Metz, these young people of the town raised their voices in song at the junction of the Hermann Goering Strasse and Adolf Hitler Strasse. In the picture below, 2 American soldiers of the 5th Infantry Division examine the battlefield, casemate of Fort Driant, one of the key defenses of Metz. You can see these people are, like I said, they're in celebration. Now, how much of that is actually true? Who's to say? I don't know. It's possible that these people were coaxed into this. But it's also possible they're like, yes, we just want war to be over. Please, if it means conquering us, we're fine with that. Just please, please end this war. We're ready for it to be done. And you can see here, this fort, which was, like they said, a key defensive fort of Metz, pretty badly damaged. The Americans are going over it. You can tell from just like the wall damage, things like that. It's a big deal. They did a lot of damage to this. Salzburg succumbs to the French. November 23rd, 1944. The Nazis are cleared from a German town. A French artillery unit of the American 7th Army is shown as it shelled the Nazis out of the streets of Strasbourg. In the picture below, German prisoners are made to clear away the rubble and damage caused by the artillery barrage. Yeah, you can see that, like they said, the gun, making sure it's shooting downrange. Now, is there a tank or infantry? Probably infantry down there. They're making sure to clear out the infantry. Now, having prisoners clean up your mess, I don't really think that's ethical, per se. But they're going to do it anyway. Doesn't matter what I think. So at least the rubble's getting cleared up, and it'll be less of a hindrance to both the Allies, and it also helps with the cleanup later for the civilians. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily the most ethical, because they're just prisoners of war. I understand why they're doing it. But with that, that is going to do it for this video. If you guys liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment, tell me what I could improve on. I really appreciate your feedback. And as always, subscribe. It really does help out the channel. Thank you.